Welcome to It's a Grand Life, where our mission is to be a voice for grand families and kinship caregivers everywhere. Did you know that in the United States alone, there are 2.3 million grandparents raising their grandchildren? 2.3 million. It's a Grand Life is committed to making a difference for those kids. That's why we have the podcast, a Facebook group, and the Grand Fund. The Grand Fund, which is a 501c3 which was launched in June of 2024, provides financial assistance to grand families, including shelter, food, clothing, and household needs. Grand families are in every neighborhood, in every city, every tribe and territory nationwide. If this is you or someone you love, we're here for you. And we welcome you to join us on this mission. Our goal is to offer hope and resources to help you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. You can also join our Facebook group. Just search for it under It's a Grand Life. And your reviews, comments, and sharing of our podcasts help us reach others that need assistance. Welcome to another episode of It's a Grand Life. Hi, my name is Craig Nash, and I'm the host of It's a Grand Life. And I'm reaching out to request your support for grandparents who are raising their grandchildren through our program, It's a Grand Life. This initiative is dedicated to putting essentials like food, school supplies, transportation, housing stability, hope, and support to grandparents who are stepping in to raise their grandchildren. We would love to have you support us with even a one-time gift. The need is immense as we receive multiple requests for support each week from all over the country. And with the holidays approaching, the urgency is even greater. We truly need your help to make a difference in the lives of these wonderful families. Any contribution you can make will go a long way in providing the stability and support they need. Thank you so much for considering a donation to It's a Grand Life. You are helping grand families in Michigan and all over the country.
What can I say about It's a Grand Life other than it's a grand life? It's meant so much to those of us in North Alabama as part of the Grandparents as Parents organization. Craig and his group has been wonderful. They've helped us so many ways, and in times that we didn't even know that we needed the help until he told us we needed the help. And there were other times that we kind of reached out just to have a discussion, and he saw that I think there was something in my voice that he knew he needed to help, and he did. And for that, I can tell you there's been hundreds of children in our area that have woke up on Christmas morning with presents that they needed and they deserved to have that Christmas that all children need to have first thing in the morning on Christmas. And It's a Grand Life has been nothing but a blessing for us, as it has so many other people across this country and in Craig's backyard there in Michigan. So it's just a wonderful organization. It's a time that we all need to reach out and partner with each other and forget about the state lines, and all we're doing is trying to help our children. So here's a message that I think that is good, is to just stop what you're doing right now and just think about the children that you can help by helping It's a Grand Life. It's a wonderful organization. They need your help. Our children need your help, and you can all support It's a Grand Life, who supports us. So we greatly appreciate everything that you do, and the deeper you reach into our pockets, you can fulfill more kids' wishes in organizations and things that are needed throughout the communities in which It's a Grand Life serves.
Hi, I'm Marisa Jordan, and I am raising my two granddaughters that are 17 and 14. I've had them both since birth, and I live in Fort Worth, Texas. And I recently had a hard experience where I had to reach out, and It's a Grand Life was amazing. They helped me get caught up with my rent and my electric bill, and it just made my life so much easier. I didn't have a way to get it taken care of this month, and I really appreciate it. And I thank you all for all the help that you give to us grandparents. It's certainly a big challenge nowadays to get them raised and get them taken care of right. And I just want to thank you. And if there's any way that I can help, I'm always there. They're just a great organization, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Christina McClendon, and I have had the blessing of working with It's a Grand Life. I am a grandmother raising my grandson. I have a daughter that is been addicted to drugs for some time now, which is the reason why I'm raising my grandson. But I want to say how It's a Grand Life has helped me out so much, and no questions asked, always with a smile, and always ready to help.
Hello, I am Deborah Suzette Brown, CEO of Each One Teach One Together, and we're located in Atlanta, Georgia. I am here to just give my testimony about It's a Grand Life and what an impact they have made with donating funds for our organization. First of all, I met Craig on Generations United, and then for some reason we just met together. We started talking about different things. And of course, I love his podcast, It's a Grand Life. Secondly, I started saying to Craig about some events that we had coming up and that we needed funding. And it was not without a doubt that he said, send me a letter. Well, let me just tell you what It's a Grand Life has done for Each One Teach One. First of all, they paid utilities for 5 grandparents, great-grandparents. Their utilities were about to get cut off. And I let Craig know, and the funding came in from It's a Grand Life. Secondly, they assisted purchasing food from the Atlanta Food Bank. I have a pantry, and we have to pay for food through the Atlanta Food Bank. And also, with the tariffs being sky high now, the food prices are going, the price to purchase is higher now. So Craig has donated to that through It's a Grand Life also. And it is getting bigger and bigger. More and more people are coming to our pantry, grandparents, kinship parents, and people in the community because of the food disparities that we have now. It's a Grand Life. They sponsored our back to school, needed book bags. And I mentioned that to Craig, the CEO of It's a Grand Life. And they also sponsored over 100 book bags for the families that are children that we needed, and the supplies. And we all know how expensive supplies are. They're not cheap. And we got an opportunity to at least give out, I say 75, and I kept 20, and I'm getting ready to give those out tomorrow with our event to some other students that will be attending an event. And now Craig has given funding for turkeys for Thanksgiving. It's a Grand Life. I tell you, I just cannot say what an impact It's a Grand Life has been for Each One Teach One and all our families in our communities. We purchased a freezer through It's a Grand Life so that we could keep our turkeys in the freezer and wouldn't have to go around and try to hunt down space for it. So now we have basically what we need for Thanksgiving. We've already decided we're going to give out fresh fruit, turkeys for Thanksgiving, 30 to 50 boxes to grandparents raising grandkids. And I just want to say, most of all of what It's a Grand Life, and I probably don't miss some here and there, what they have done and the funding they have made and the impact it has, because we do have a grandparent that runs the pantry. So every once in a while, I do give her a stipend to catch Uber back and forth. So that is a part of the funding from It's a Grand Life also that has been so helpful. And most of all, as the CEO of Each One Teach One, I want to say I can sleep better at night. And I just thank God. I thank God for the blessing that He stowed upon by blessing and individuals being able to give to It's a Grand Life, because the funding that He does get is definitely being used for need and for the purpose of families, grandfamilies, grandchildren, and anyone in the community. And I just want to say thank you, Craig, for all that you do, and also thank you, It's a Grand Life.
Gentlemen, before I let you go, I want to ask you, how has your partnership with It's a Grand Life been beneficial, not only to FaithWorks, but also some of the folks that we've partnered with, some of your recipients? How has that worked so far?
Well, I will tell you this, it's made us aware that there's a lot of grandparents that are still in the game, right? So just being a part of It's a Grand Life brings that awareness to us so that when we're visiting clients, those are questions we can ask them. You know, are you a grandparent? And and what are you doing for them? It allows us to connect, right? And then to hear their heart, why they do that. I know why I serve my grandchildren. I love my grandchildren, right? I don't want to see them on the streets. I want to see them supported and have a life that's beneficial for them and successful for them. But I realize today, a lot of the grandkids, there's so many distractions that we didn't have when we were kids, and they're being pulled in so many different ways. And we just want to love them where they are as they grow, but they have a more difficult time, I think, today than ever.
Another thing, Craig, having you as a partner, it sure does widen our scope when we walk out, like Dom said, onto a project. We might not be able to serve the way we want to serve with a ramp, a hot water heater, or something else. But now you've widened our ability to say, hey, we've got something here for you. We've got a number here for you we've got somebody that can support you. It might not be us. And if we have a toolbox like that, that means every job we go to, they get served in some manner.
And on our end, we've got a partner that's already vetted the potential recipient. You know the situation. Grandma. You know the grandkids. If there's a single mom involved or what's going on, and the legitimacy of the need.
Yeah.
We're working with a group in Texas right now where it's been a real challenge because we don't have a solid partnership relationship involved with this individual, and you're doing your very best and you want to make a difference and help somebody, but it's not as clear and as smooth as it is when you have a partnership with an organization like FaithWorks. It makes an absolute huge difference. Gentlemen, thank you.
Same with us, Craig. Same with us. When we do recommend you or we hand out your number, we know it's going to be followed through and taken care of,
That's
which
right.
is a real peace of mind.
Yeah, we're honored what the work we've done together, Craig, in 2025, and just praying for a phenomenal 2026 together. We know that, God has brought us together for a purpose, and we're excited. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Teresa Powers. I'm from Pontiac, Michigan, raising my grandkids and my great-grandchildren. I have got introduced to It's a Grand Life. This time last year, I was homeless, didn't have nowhere to go. I met Mr. Nash through It's a Grand Life, and they have helped me tremendously. I couldn't ask for a better group. They've helped me with homeowners insurance. Now I have a new great-grandson that was born September 1st. They've helped me with items for him that I could never have gotten. It's just been a big relief with It's a Grand Life. I couldn't do it without them. I didn't have a home. Through It's a Grand Life and through OSHA, Grandparents Raising Grandchildren, I couldn't be any happier. They like I said, they have helped me so much. I got a gift certificate for celebrity catering for my Thanksgiving, my Christmas, whatever I wanted to use it for. They've helped me not only with things that I've needed, but they have helped me emotionally. If there's a problem, all I have to do is call one of the groups, and they've been right there for me. I'm very, very pleased to have them. Just within the last year, I couldn't be any happier. Like I said, I've had my first new great-grandson. I have a great-granddaughter. I have a special needed grandson and a granddaughter that I'm raising. And without It's a Grand Life, I just don't know where I would be. They've helped me so. It's just been a big support. They've been there every time I've called or I've texted. They've been right there for me. They don't hesitate. to return calls, to text back. It's a big relief. And if you need help or need someone to just talk to, they're a good organization to talk and to help. I just, like I said, I don't know where I'd be without them. I didn't even have a home to take my grandkids to. If you need help, if you're a grandparent, aunt, uncle, whatever, raising your kids, get a hold of It's a Grand Life. It's the best.
Hi, I'm Lisa Johannan, the Executive Director of Central Detroit Christian Community Development Corporation, and we have been partners with It's a Grand Life since it started and have known its founder and Executive Director for at least 30 years, a great godly man who has really had this passion to help grandparents, and that's a real, he meets a great need for a group of people who are raising kids a second time around. And it's not always easy, and there's a lot of challenge. And I am so grateful for our partnership because they have helped several of our grandparents on many occasions. And one that stands out to me is this grandmother who took in her grandchildren and didn't have a washer or dryer. And so she was going to our laundromat with all these grandchildren and all her laundry. And I'm just going, we love her business, but this woman needs a washer and dryer of her own. She's had a hard life, and I just really wanted to be able to bless her. And I talked to Craig at It's a Grand Life, and he said, I think that's a great idea. And he was able to provide the funding and the opportunity to have this washer and dryer delivered to her and installed. And she has been so grateful ever since then. And that is life-changing. Having a washer and dryer, that's life-changing for a family. And so It's a Grand Life did that for her. And I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Kimber Bishop Yankee. I'm the founder of Kids Empowered on the Move. We're a nonprofit that came out of the pandemic to help homeless families. One of the categories of homeless families that is happening at a rapid rate is grandparents that are raising their grandchildren, and they have no resources. But we were lucky to find It's a Grand Life. And Craig, the founder, and I have been working together to help grandparents get into housing with their grandchildren. So they have supported our efforts. And of course, it takes funding to do that. So I am hoping that this winter you will make a donation to It's a Grand Life, because when you do that, you also are supporting Kids Empowered on the Move's ability to house our homeless families that are led by grandparents.
Thank you for joining us today for It's a Grand Life. It's a Grand Life provides vital content, regulatory updates, and subject matter experts that are committed to supporting the 2.4 million kids and their caregivers from every neighborhood, every city, every tribe and territory nationwide. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. Every new subscriber and review helps us reach others that need assistance. As caregivers, we are united in purpose. We are driven by hope while providing strength for today and hope for tomorrow. We are truly making a difference while living the grand life. If you have a suggestion for a future episode, please reach out to us. But we'll see you next time for another It's a Grand Life. Thank you for joining us.